What's up YouTube, it's Updated TCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. I have good news, the city leagues over in Japan have started up again and we're going to be taking a look at some deck lists today. They already contain cards that we're going to be getting in the Mega Evolution set being released in 2 weeks time, so it's definitely going to be quite a fun to take a look at what will happen to the competitive scene. So let's dive into it right away with the first one being Yamaguchi. So yeah, Dracopult was able to win there. We're going to be taking a look at all of these deck lists. Mostly the top performing archetypes, like the top 4 of every city league, and if there's any like weird deck making top 8, we're also going to be taking a look at that. So it doesn't seem like Mega Evolution does something incredibly for Dracopult. The only thing we see is Lily's Determination. If you don't know what Lily's Determination is one of our strongest supporters that we're going to be getting in the Mega Evolution set, allowing yourself to shuffle your hand to your deck and draw 8 cards if you have 6 prize cards remaining, or if you have taken some prizes, you only get 6 cards instead. But it's very strong, as you see here. No need for a high amount of Arven this time around. We're just going to be playing Iono, Lily's Determination, and Research as well. So a high amount of supporters in here, and Lily's Determination really helping out the archetype in general. We have Gholdengo utilizing Psyduck. Psyduck will also become available, as of course we're going to be seeing that in a blister as a promotional card in the Mega Evolution blister. So it's a little interesting list. We have the Metal Defender in there as well, 30 less damage to your Metal type Pokemon during the opponent's next turn. That means something like Genesect can be protected against something like Blood Moon, and Gholdengo can also get some survivability up against stuff like a Chiyu, for example. So very cool stuff coming for the Pokemon TCG here. What else do we see? Have Walls, a very wacky Walls list, playing Cornerstone, Milotic, Farigiraffe, EX, and then there's a wacky Fanrodom in there, which is going to be the nice way to get your Girafarig out. So yeah, people are cooking over in Japan. I want to be taking a look at some of the newer lists, but first of all, let's see what's happening to Raging Bolt. Absolutely nothing, so it's still strong, and it is going to be remaining strong until it rotates. Moving forward, we're going all the way to Aichi. There were 2 tournaments there, and Ho-Oh Armor Rouge box was able to take it all down. We have the Chiyu in there, Durant, Wellspring, Iron Hands, and even a Minior to get yourself out of the active position. So very interesting. There's one Lily's Determination, and that's about it. Then there's also a Gholdengo that was able to play the Togekiss that is being popularized after the World Championships by Piper Lapine. So very cool to see Togekiss still hanging in there over in Japan as well. As we see, the most influential card is going to be Lily's Determination, but this is the first Mega we see. Mega Evolution comes back with, yeah, of course, the new Megas, which actually gave up 3. They gave up 3 prize cards if they are knocked out, so giving up 3 prizes is like half of the game. And also Gardevoir does gain the new Ralts, which is able to draw a card, and the new Kirlia, allowing you to search your deck for 3 Pokemon and put them in hand. That can be a combination of, yeah, Gardevoir EX, Monkey Dory, and maybe an additional Ralts. It's all possible with this. We also see the Mystery Garden, allowing you to draw cards until you have the same amount of cards in hand as you have Psychic type Pokemon in play. But first you need to discard a Psychic type energy. So they're actually playing more stadiums than before. So instead of playing just regular 2, we see that Mystery Garden or Mysterious Garden or whatever is going to be pronounced here. So it's going to be 2 of in Gardevoir. So Gardevoir gets a buff. The Mega Evolution Gardevoir very strong in combination with Iono, pushing the opponent to a low hand size while having a 360 HP Pokemon up in the active slot. Seems very strong indeed. And then another Raging Bolt here. This seems to be a build also playing the Chimpao, so you can get rid of some of your damaged Pokemon indeed. I'll also take a look at Mega Lucario because it got 6th place here, and I want to be taking a look at new archetypes in particular. So we have Mega Lucario EX. We did talk about some of the new lists before on the channel, so definitely check that video out already. So now you have protection with Psyduck and protection with Shaman, so protection all around, and the Mega Lucario slaps at 130 and allows you to accelerate energies from the discard pile. You have the Lunatone Draw Engine, discard a fighting the energy from hand in order to draw 3 cards, and if you have both Lunatone and Solrock in play, you can actually attack with the Solrock as well, slapping 70 damage. Note to self, you have access to the Fighting Premium Pro, an item card allowing you to slap 30 more damage with your Fighting type Pokemon during your turn. So the main theory with this archetype is that you can charge up, yeah, a Cornerstone Ogerpon, and because you have Fighting Premium Pro, the Ogerpon is more deadly than ever before, definitely combined with stuff like a Maximum Belt as well. And you have the Hariyama, if you evolve into it, you can actually use a gusting effect, which really helps it out. So cool to see Mega Lucario as one of the few new archetypes joining the metagame with Mega Evolution. Continuing on, more Gardevoir. So Gardevoir seems to be the biggest winner of them all. So we have Ralts, Curlia, Lily's Determination, the Mystery Garden, and the Mega Gardevoir EX. So that's 5 new cards for Gardevoir. If you can count all of them in total, I think you're at like around 13 cards. So that's 1/6 of a deck is new with Gardevoir. That's insane. Why do they keep pushing archetypes like that? Yeah, a mixture of a high amount of Lily's Determination, so yeah, high amount of Dusknoir 3/2/2 line, so a consistent Dragapult list got second. Eaton's Typhlosion with Dragapult, so this I would expect to see Psyduck in here, but it's not in there. It's a very unique build, as you all see. Gravity Mountain in there, Brave Bangle. You know how Typhlosion works, so you have the secondary attack of the Dragapult. Only a one-off Dragapult, but it's your backup attacker, I would say. Continuing on, there is Joldango. Anything different here? We see the Genesect here with the Ace Nullifier in there. Also Charizard, Marnie's Grimmsnarl, and Dragapult performing well. There is Mega Lucario back at it again. This time around with yeah, a Gravity Mountain. That means you need less Fighting Premium Pro to knock out stuff like Charizard EX, for example. EXP Share can also really help out to power up the second Mega Lucario. So you can just go back to back and or maybe leave your Mega Lucario in the late game as well. So very cool. There were, yeah, 2 of them. This got 3rd place. Playing the Shaman in there to protect your bench. And also we see here EXP Share being the norm and a one-off Town Store. And there's also a one-off regular Lucario. You can slap 150 for 1 energy. So that is actually an interesting one. It's from the Scarlet and Violet base set. So maybe people will have to get that card while they are still cheap and they don't get expensive. It's a regular card, but yeah. Here's Charizard Noctowl. This Charizard Noctowl build is playing a very crazy lineup, a 1-0-1 line of Dusknoir. Because if you're item locked, it's going to be pretty difficult. You don't have TM Evo as well. So if you get item locked, this will have trouble. But 4 copies of Rare Candy, if you're not up against any Budu or whatever, you're going to be having a fantastic time indeed. Alright. Continuing on, there is Saitama, where a bunch of Marnie's Grimmsnarls get together here. Also, there was a Terra box playing the Kangaskhan, allowing you to slap 200 damage or maybe even more if you have some luck with coin flips, Glass Trumpet onto it, Crispin, triple copies of Energy Switch as well. So activating the Mega Kangaskhan is pretty nice, and you also draw cards if it's in the active position. So having access to drawing cards is something like this Noctowl kind of build really is lacking. So that can really help out that Terra box. Alright, then a Joldango. Not a lot has changed since World, so people are still rocking that. Marnie's Grimmsnarls and also Dragapult. And I see here below there is Mega Manectric. Mega Manectric is one of those cards that can be immune from basic Pokemon, so very good against Raging Bolt. It also comes back with the secondary attack, slapping 330 damage if you discard all your energies. Combine that with late game pressure and the beginning of the game with Iron Hands, and you have all your stuff patched up. You are utilizing Electrics and also Electric Generator to get yourself going. So I wonder how this archetype performs, to be honest. Academy at Night, it got 13th place, so it's nothing too crazy, but still something to take a look at because it's another Mega. We have an Ogerpon box deck with Lily's Pearl in there, and Lily's Pearl, make sure that your Lily's Clefairy is a 1-price Pokemon, which can be really offsetting. Also, Lily's Determination at the beginning of the game, a very, very strong draw and shuffle. Actually, shuffle and draw, very awesome. We see, yeah, a deck focused on the Mega Kangaskhan. Mega Kangaskhan is going to be helping the Terra box deck a little bit further, not only for draw power, because you're also relying on Latias, so you can approach that to the active position, draw 2 cards. If something got knocked out, use Pheasantipity, draw 3 cards, and go from there. There's also Turo to pick up your Mega Pokemon if need be. Okay. With that being said, we have seen so many different decks. What is this? Alakazam deck. So first of all, if you evolve into Kadabra, you can draw 2 cards. If you evolve into Alakazam, you can draw 3 cards. But Alakazam also comes back with an attack. Put 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon for each card in your hand. So if you have like 16 cards in your hand, you can actually slap 320 damage for a single energy. And you're drawing cards with Kadabra, drawing cards with Alakazam, drawing cards with the Dunsparce, and also drawing cards with Enriching Energy because of the Hilda support. You can always get an Evolution and an Enriching Energy, which means you always get like a bazillion amount of cards combined out with stuff like Great Ball, Phasantipity, and all that. And you have an Alakazam that allows you to one-shot Pokemon, which is very, very funky as well. Also, the evolution strategy is still there that could really help out just to make sure you can draw more cards. Another Mega Lucario. It seems to be obvious that Mega Lucario is the one of the strongest Mega Pokemon out there besides Gardevoir, seemingly. And Tokyo it even won again, so yeah. Reversal energy in there, helping out, power up your Hariyama. Hariyama needs 3 energies to get itself going, so if you're able to get that off, not only can you accelerate energies with your Mega Lucario's first attack, you can also rely on reversal if you are falling behind in prizes. There is Fairy Giraffe, Cornerstone, Box, Blizzy, Milotic EX deck, so Walls also still around. We still don't have an answer to stuff like with these walls. We don't have Canceling Cologne in the format, so very interesting to see that it's very hard to deal with these abilities. Gardevoir with no Mega Gardevoir in there. Classic Guardy out there. And it is playing high amount of Munkidori, E-Switch as well. Bravery Charm, just a classic build. Klefki also seems to be finding its way back into these 60s. We see a Xatu Slowking archetype. So Slowking allows you, of course, to copy-paste the Pokemon that you discard from the top of the deck. With Annihilate, Haxorus, Kyurem, you can do some wonders. And there's also the Gumshoos, allowing you to switch a card from your hand with the top card of your deck. So you don't always have to rely on Academy at Night if you're able to get the Gumshoos out. So that's also a new card right there. Okay, we have gone to a lot of lists already. So Raging Bolts, more of the same. There's a Mega Latias archetype here. So it's a donking archetype. Either if you go first, you go for the Petrant strategy to donk. If you go second, there's Mega Latias. Slapping 300 has never been easier than playing Mega Latias EX. You can simply rely on the effect of Latios to just get the energies from the bench to the active. And I wonder what kind of energies you have here. Because if I'm taking a look at it, is there a way? There's no Crispin action. There's just Lily's Determination. You have the poison stuff. Maybe you use the poison Petrant until you're ready to strike with Mega Latias EX. I find it a bit strange, to be honest. Maybe there's a way where you just, this discards all the energies. We know that. Also, you can switch to the bench. So you can attack and then promote Petrant, I suppose. So maybe that is the hit and run strategy. And at one point, when you're ready, you can slap 300. Binding Mochi allows you to slap for 340. So that is definitely interesting. Also, Volcanion being able to burn. But I don't see a way where there's not like a turbo way with Crispins in there. Maybe I'm a little bit more fan of that. Haichi with Charizards and Marnies, Grimmsnarls. More of the same. And Gifu, we have Goldengo. There is an Iron Thorns. Okay. Iron Thorns back. Crushing Hammer, Enhanced Hammer, Pokemon Catcher, Calamitous Wasteland, Judge. Yo, the Acerola could be very good, right? If the opponent has 2 or fewer prize cards remaining, you can actually not get damaged by your opponent's Pokemon EX, which is hilarious. You can buy yourself more time. You have a high amount of Pokegear, so Hammers being immune, is that the way we go? Also, we have an Archaludon with Dusknoir, also coming back with the Toedscruel, and of course the late game Mega Mawile EX, and Mega Mawile slapping more damage for every prize card you have taken. So Mega Mawile also sees a little bit of play left and right. In Osaka, there's a bunch of Goldengos. There's a Miraidon. No, this is actually Joltik Box with 3 copies of Gravity Mountain. So Pikachu becomes a very dangerous attacker. Then Fukuoka with a sort of Roaring Moon, Ancient Box version, and Neutralization Zone in there. Okay. You don't see that very often anymore, where Ancient Box was able to go win in the entire event, even winning against the Cynthia's Garchomp. Maybe it's because they're playing like a best of one or something, and maybe they got away with the dub. This is playing with the Fighting Premium Pros. This is something I really like. The buff to Cynthia's Garchomp with Fighting Premium Pro, also Unfair Stamp and the Vitality Force, making sure that you can evolve your Roselia to Roserade instantly when the opponent is thinking, oh, it's no longer possible. You can definitely get some crazy combos going with that. In Nara, there was Raging Bolt winning. We have a bunch of Marnie's Grimmsnarls, and would you look at that? It's another Mega Lucario EX. So Mega Lucario seems to be the best version, or actually the best new archetype. Is that what we're going to be concluding from here? A bunch of Marnie's Grimmsnarls also still doing well. Okinawa, yeah, that was an Okinawa. There's a Slowking deck winning again, so very, very interesting. Also, is not even playing Psyduck to protect your low HP Pokemon. I would say, like, if you are playing something like this, I would play Psyduck because it looks like Dusknoir is still very, very popular. Raging Bolts, Dragapult again. Mega Lucario. Should we respect it moving forward? Because there will be tournaments with the Mega Evolution cards very shortly. Oh, I think it has been delayed a little bit, if I'm being honest, but it's still gonna be in time for like the regionals at the end of October. And then we have Goldengo winning with Metal Defender. Look at that, a defensive build of Goldengo, pushing yourself to situations where even Chio will not bother you too much any longer, which is awesome. One more page of City Leaks, so tons of things to look at. We have, yeah, more of the same, nothing out of the ordinary. I'm just gonna take a look at this. Oh, there's Hapsation being able to win an entire event. We have the crazy dangerous ruining cards helping you out with Monkey Dories, so slapping down your monkey, instantly having damage onto it. Also coming back with some Team Rocket's Venture Bombs and having a Hapsation being able to like snipe left and right. Yo, that's very cool. Typhlosion? Hello? Regular Typhlosion with Psyduck. Yeah, something we need to try, but in a format where Megas are around, it seems tricky. We have Mega Lucario winning, even getting third place. The Rock Chestplate helping you out, 30 less damage. So there's a lot of things we can expect here, but I don't see, like, Mega Lucario could actually be a viable deck. It has the numbers, can do a lot of stuff. This is a Noctowl. Yeah, it looks like Kangaskhan, Terra, Box, and friends. People are going a little bit crazy with their creations. More of the popular, like Goldengo, Gardevoir, Marnie's Grimmsnarl, like the main archetypes will not disappear. I was hoping that the Megas, but maybe the following set with like Mega Charizard XNL will change. There's an Zoroark list playing the Yveltal and playing the Psyduck, so those are new inclusions for the 60, and also 2 copies of Lily's Determination. Kanagawa, 3 tournaments right there. Archaludon probably playing the Dangerous Ruins and Legacy Energy as well. And Psyduck to protect yourself from Dusknoirs. Then another Kanagawa with Gardevoirs, Charizard, and Dusknoir. It was actually a Noctowl-based Charizard build. Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Again, we see Alakazam popping up left and right. What does that indicate? This is also playing a Xatu, so you can make sure that your Enriching Energy can be the energy of the turn. So you always have tons and tons of cards, because you can cycle the Enriching Energy onto your Dunsparce and draw tons of cards and slap crazy damage with Alakazam. So you're mostly Iono proof. Raging Bolt winning with Noctowl and playing Mega Kangaskhan. So at one point, it's also very cool to know is that you can play Prime Catcher, push Mega Kangaskhan, draw 2 cards, use Pheasantipity, draw more cards, have free retreat with Latias, retreat into. You can draw tons of cards. It's crazy. So Ionoing a Raging Bolt will be more difficult than ever before. Gardevoir winning, Raging Bolt, Dragapult. So I think Archaludon, that's the most surprising thing. Archaludon is back. It has a late game beat stick with Mega Mawile, and it also sometimes can play the dangerous runes and has Psyduck. So we can conclude that Archaludon is finding its way back into the format. Marnie's Grimmsnarl and a bunch of Dusknoir. Also, note to self is that we also gain the new stadium card, Surfing Beach, so you can switch your water Pokemon, and that means that the Tapu Fini, and I thought Tapu Fini, Palafin EX, the one with 340 HP and 1 energy 250 output, is definitely going to be buffed with this. Is it going to be a mainstay archetype? Probably not, but it's definitely fun to experiment with regardless. Marnie's Grimmsnarl, Dragapult, Raging Bolt. So it seems that the main contenders of top tier decks will stay the same. We have a cool looking Cerulege archetype playing the Fighting Draw engine with the Lunatone and Solrock. So Solrock can also become your early game attacker. If you happen to lead with Solrock, you can definitely take the first KO. You have Briar for the late game as well, and maybe you can even include Drillbur in here. That allows you to dig a little bit deeper to discard those fighting type energies. There's a Rocket's Mewtwo at 5th place, so it seems like the Rocket engine is pretty much a fluke. Not a lot of high placing lists out there. But yeah, it's still an archetype in the game, and will it ever become top tier? Probably not, because we're seeing Megas now, right? And the Rocket's engine was one of the strongest engines I've seen in a long time, but it is actually lackluster with performance. Okay, we have a Blaziken Dragapult. It's a way to power up your Dragapult, I suppose. Very weird that I won. We have a Charizard Noctowl, some more Gardevoirs. Do we see Megas? No, we see Mega Diancie. So I've seen like more Mega Diancies than yeah, the Mega Gardevoir. Well, why not both, right? Gardevoir gets all the buff. So we see tons of Gardevoir, tons of Dragapult, Dusknoir, and even though Psyduck is around, Dragapult with Dusknoir is still the most popular way to play it. I'm seeing, yeah, now we see Legacy Energy Gardevoir to make sure your Mega Gardevoir is a 2-prizer. Is that the way the Legacy Energy is being used? Also, Hero Escape, people are experimenting with the Mega here. Having 360 HP pushed out to like 460 with the Hero Escape, combine that with an Iono. Nothing can knock that out. They need a lot. Like, can you imagine, let's say, can you imagine a Goldango player needing how many energies to knock that out? Is that 8, 9, like 460, right? That's 10 energies. They're only playing 11, right? So that's almost impossible. I would love to see like a random Budu in here just to make sure that, oh, they did get there eventually. And then they lose all their energies because you come packing with a Budu. But they can play Levincia, I suppose. Yeah, there is Archaludon with a Hero Escape. Well, the Mega Mawile might be more important than the dangerous ruins for Archaludon. Seems Archaludon being back in the format. Raging Bolt, Dragapult, Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Any other stuff? More Marnie's Grimmsnarls. Mega Lucario. That's the coolest thing ever, right? Because we see the 1-prize Lucario for the prize mapping left and right, Maximum Belt, Fighting Premium Pro, having access to Reversal. It seems like Mega Lucario is legit. Also a straight Dragapult with the Toedscruel in there as a tech card, so you cannot use. Very good against Goldango, I would say. Winning Guardy list, playing Mega Diancie. It seems like Mega Diancie also gets a ton of love. And then Marnie's Grimmsnarl. And then finally, to end the video, is the 5th place here. Mega Venusaur EX with Toedscruel again as a little tech card, Teal Dancing, and we don't see any Wally, and instead we see a Turo, where you do the Vitality Force to evolve instantly, so that's very good if you want to set up your Toedscruel back to back. That's awesome, definitely with the double Night Stretcher, it's all possible. Picnic Basket to protect yourself. We have the Toedscruel EX to protect yourself from like spread or effects of attack. So yeah, this is the last deck we're taking a look at today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of the run through of like what is being played in Japan. Conclusion is there. Gardevoir gets a buff and is not going anywhere. Raging Bolt still there. Dragapult with Dusknoir also still there, even though we have Psyduck in the format. Charizard also still around. And for Megas, Mega Lucario seems to be the best new archetype, but we see some Mega Kangaskhan versions of Terra box versions as well. So that's a little bit of the run through of what's being played in Japan right now. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. It helps out in many ways to support the channel. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. Helps out a ton. And let me know your favorite archetype from Mega Evolution down below in the comment section. For me, it's definitely going to be something to do with Soul Rock. It's my favorite new way to threaten the game as soon as the first turn. So for me, Mega Lucario, I'm looking forward to making videos about that. Have yourself a good, fantastic rest of your day. And also go check out the sponsors that make the content possible. DragonShield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Use the coupon ZAPDOS5 and get 5% off your order. TC Evolutions for damage counters and ability tokens. PokemonStore.com. You can use the coupon ZAPDOSTCG for 5% off on TCG Live code card needs, and cardmarket.com for European players to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys soon with more Pokemon TCG content. Peace!